Good morning, and I want to thank you all for coming here this morning. You know, 24 years ago, I retired and moved to Sunny Isle Beach. And I really didn't know what to do. And we had little motels along the east side of Sunny Isle Beach. And the motel owners were very nice. They let us go from the west side through their motels to go to the beach. And one day, a person bought a motel and he stopped me and he asked me a question, if I knew Dave Sampson. And I said to him, no, who's Dave Sampson? And customarily, I says, I don't know who he is. So I did a little research and he was the president of the Concerned Citizens. And from that time on, I joined the Concerned Citizens and I helped this man. And that's how I got involved in politics. I thought I came to Florida to retire, but I started a second life. And I really enjoyed my second life. And at this time of my second life, I appreciate the mayor's words. And it's my duty now to stand here in front of you and thank many people. I'm going to start on the 4th floor. I want to thank Mayor Dave Sampson, may his soul rest in peace, and the mayor of our city, Norman Adelcuff, the Vice Mayor, Louis Thaler, Bud Scholl, Commissioner, Isaac Alion, newly elected Commissioner, Janet Gatto, Danny Iglesias, former Commissioner of Sunny Isle Beach, Roz Brezin, my co-commissioner, term limited out, Irving Teresky, and 2 people who were commissioners that left the city, Connie Morrow and Lila Kaufman. And I stay on the 4th floor because the 4th floor was where the executive part of the government was. And I would like to start off with the legal department. There's a person in the legal department, Hans Sottenot, who became my very dear friend and a respected lawyer of all of Dade County, and I believe in all of Florida. And the people that work for him, Fernando, Jasmine, and Debbie. And I would say sincerely, not being a lawyer and being a politician, he kept me in line. And I believe he kept me out of jail probably many times. And the next department I would like to thank very dearly also is Jane Hines, the city clerk, who keeps the records of the city, who worked very diligently and has been here for many, many years. She's a wonderful person, and I really appreciated her also. And now we come to the 3rd floor of Sunny Isle Beach. That is the business aspect of the city. That is the permitting department. The 3rd floor is the permitting department, the code enforcement department, and that's where the city actually keeps an eye on everything that goes on in the city, and that's where some of the money comes into the city. And we keep an eye to make sure everybody does proper things in the city, and that's why the city has grown and become the city that it is. And then I go to the 2nd floor, and when I lived in New York, I thought that the police department was probably one of the finest police departments ever, and I changed my mind. The police department, under the aegis of Chief Fred Moss, one of the finest individuals I ever met in my whole life, who I love very dearly, the chief of the Sunny Isle Beach Police Department, and I want to congratulate them, and I want to thank him for coming back after he retired for a month And I want to sincerely hope he stays here forever. I love him, and God bless you, Chief. And now I go down to the first floor. The first floor, when we built City Hall, we knew we needed a couple of things at City Hall. We have a library that's a beautiful library. We knew we needed a post office. The federal government refused to give us a zip code, but we still have a post office. And and also on the first floor, I would like to congratulate a very dear and personal friend who built what's called the History Hall at Sunny Isle Beach on the first floor. I would like to congratulate my friend Richard Schulman, who has kept the history of Sunny Isle Beach since its inception for 14 years. Richard, thank you very much. Now I would like to move on and introduce my 3 children who came here from the northern part of this country. My number 2 son, Howard Goodman. My number 3 son, Richard Goodman. My daughter, Sandra Latke, and my beautiful granddaughter, Allison Latke. And most important, as you all know, my wife passed away in 1997. And at that point in my life, after she died, I met a very lovely person, Lila Sterling. And for all those years, Lila helped me win the election in 2001. And she bought the birthday cakes. Nobody knew it was my birthday, and she bought a birthday cake, and Mayor Sampson screamed at her, "How did you know he was going to win the election? You bought him a cake." And she said to him it was his birthday, and I bought him a birthday cake. So she knew that. And Lila Sterling has been very close to me. She helped me for the past, I guess, 13 years. And she's been on my side. And I really love her very much. And I appreciate her helping me when I needed the help. And I just wanted to know that she's a very dear person to me. And to the people of Sunny Isle Beach, I want to thank them for electing me twice. I had 2 tough elections. I must tell you the story about my very dear friend, Irving Turetsky. When I ran in 2001, that was the day the World Trade Center was knocked down. And I won by 1 vote. And my friend Irving Turetsky, who I ran against, and never said a bad word about him. And they recounted the ballots, and I ended up by winning 5 votes. And after being in office for about 6-7 months, Irving called up Lila, and he said to Lila, "If I lost to anybody, I'm glad I lost to Gerry, because he's doing a much better job than he could have done." And I really appreciated that. Until today, Irving is one of my best friends, and I really love him and really appreciated that. So, in closing, I want to appreciate the people that voted for me. Politics is a very difficult game sometimes. Not everybody likes you, and it becomes difficult. But I learned in politics a long time ago, after you vote, you win some and you lose some. But you got to be able to turn the page and start from the beginning again. And I think that's what I did mostly. When I didn't believe in something, I voted against it. And if I lost, I turned the page and started over again and I never had any animosity toward anybody. My job was working to make Sunny Isle Beach the city, the wonderful Florida Riviera that it is today. And if I left out anybody, there's one person I want to thank very dearly, him and his wife, the president of Winston Tower 500, where I serve on a board, my friend Arnold Kushner and his wife Estelle, who have supported me, and I want to thank him very much for helping me in many areas. So again, it's a wonderful day. Until this day, I've had a knot in my stomach coming to speak before you. But now that the thing is over, I'm relieved. I'm still part of Sunny Isle Beach. I will always be part of Sunny Isle Beach. And whenever you need me, I'm here to help. Thank you very much. God bless you, and God bless America. I hope I didn't leave out anybody. Thank you very much. Oh, I did leave out something. I left out the Parks and Recreation. The Parks and Recreation, Susan Simpson, Stephanie D. Thomas, and very important, Elaine Yesh. These three people, the Parks and Recreation, who take care of the parks in the city, clean the city, and take care of our beautiful parks. They are the people that make this city look what it looks like every day, keeping the city clean and beautiful. And they are the greatest people, and all the people that work in the city make the city go. And I really appreciate everybody that works for the city, because we're only 5 elected people, but they make the city go. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gerald, for all the years of service and for being a role model for all the commissioners yet to come. If the city is fortunate, it'll elect people like yourself to lead the city into its bright and shining future. And I can only hope that the state and federal levels of government are also as lucky to get someone like you to help lead this nation as we move forward. Gerry, you've done a terrific job. There's nothing more that we can say other than to honor you today with this street. And so if you would come up here and join me, and we'll have the ceremony right now of the unveiling. And Stephanie, if you will. And that concludes the formal part of our ceremony.
Gerry, go underneath your sign.
Gerry, go underneath
Go underneath the sign.